I think, can you guys hear me if I'm not on the stage? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go and check this. 'Cause I remember that being, and I don't necessarily need to be visible. Let's see, how does this work? So yeah, hopefully, okay, there we go. Yeah, and you know what? Yesterday's recording was such a banger. It's unfortunate that I don't think you guys could hear me, but hey, this is part of my learning curve. Like I can do the trading stuff, but I just have to like learn how to move around. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I think I have to be on stage for you guys to hear me. And okay, so now let's go back to where we were. So we did go ahead and mark the levels based on post-market levels. Let's see. So we are above this buy level. Pre-market, we were bullish. Like I said, the news, you could tell it came out positive. And the reason I like just trading technicals is because um, you just move with what is in front of you versus trying to be like, well, the news came out positive, so we're just going to flip to the upside. And you can see that here with, oh wait, this needs to be QQQ. What happened on my stuff? All right. Clearly in a good mood. Got up kind of laterly. There we go. That makes sense. So IW1, which is small cap, didn't do that good. IW1 is here. Although this is pre-market right here. This is pre-market. So we were bullish, shyly bullish right here. Whereas on QQQ, let's just pull this down a little bit. We're on the 4-hour time frame. We're trying to break above this level right here. On the smaller time frames, you're still kind of bullish as long as you're in this area. We have more like support buyers stepping in here. But yeah, so this is what we're trying to fight on Thursday, right? We're trying to decide buy-in levels. We have a VWAP gap here from here to here. Hopefully you can see that little blue cross from here to here. So we might try to fill that and then turn this into support and then bounce. But again, we're just going to stick to technicals. How am I doing on time? Okay. And like I said, I'm learning too. Like I want to impart as much information as what I've learned over the years, but at the same time, we kind of have to move pretty quickly. So again, here we're bullish. This one is my preference, but like I said, I love all three. So now let's just start to drill down to the 1 hour, just to kind of again eyeball, see if my computer can keep up with me. Let's see. Mm-hmm. See what's happening here. So this one, come on. I'm also going to check the alerts and see what triggered. You know, sometimes people don't like indicators or alerts as much, but I'm a huge fan. I feel like let the alerts do what they need to, and let them work while I'm working or sleeping or doing whatever I need to do. And then just kind of give me a heads up like, hey, this is what happened while you were sleeping or while you were away from the phone. Beautiful. I love this. So again, we were bullish, kind of closed market around here. Hit this take profit level. Pre-market, we're still kind of bullish, but we do have this VWAP gap, this, from here to here. And the same way how some people like to trade gaps, there are also VWAP gaps. So we might try to satisfy that. This is where most of the volume is from where we left off yesterday. So people who place their orders aftermarket, or gonna try to get back to where the volume is. Um, yeah, I'm just taking it in with my eyes, kind of just keeping track of what's going on here. Yesterday we had a really good move. which is not typical of Wednesdays. So we just want to trade with caution today, Thursday. Uh, we could attempt to bounce up from here from VWAP. These are okay. I'm not sure what's going on with my computer here. All right, let's try this again. Let's and then I just usually eyeball the 15-minute. Let's just go ahead and try to do that right now. Hmm, computer doesn't seem to be responding. As a content creator, I do not. This I don't need that kind of pressure. Look at this. It's got okay. So 15-minute. There we go. This just lets me know that we're kind of like in a safe zone. So I'll just over here the 5 minutes. Okay. See how long it takes. There we go. So that's set up for there. Let's move over to the 10 minute. This usually just should take a few minutes, right? So on the 1 hour over here on QQQ, we're still bullish. I think a little bit more bullish on this. On QQQ versus SPY, SPY is kind of struggling a little bit with its levels. Um, we're below VWAP here. We're below this buy above zone, so we kind of want to wait. We're waiting for a retest, but wait until we get confirmation back to the upside here. Otherwise, it's looking bearish. We had a crossover here. We had a good run. It was good when it lasted, but we're looking at the downside here. Let me see, five. There's a $3 move in between here. Okay. And yesterday, like I said, was really kind of abnormal, but it was so beautiful and fun to see. If you stuck to your technicals, we really did have two moves yesterday to the downside. Beautiful move. I thought we caught at the beginning going down, and then beautiful, strong confirmation back up to the upside. Beautiful to see. So let me just check the 15-minute here real quick. And I don't know. I feel like we're just waiting for I'm checking to see what's going on with my computer. Okay, so here on the 15-minute, we have confirmation of a breakdown to the downside. And we also have, this will reset when the market opens. But we're still, I've been talking about this. Sounds like I wasn't quite recording my voice, but now I figured out how to do that because the Discord is working, but it's the YouTube where I wasn't going live on the voice. Um, we are trying to figure out what to do with this previous week high. I think there's also a monthly high around somewhere in here too that we're trying to decide if we're going to bounce to the upside. Okay, so that's it. And then it's so funny because for the times I thought I was recording, I was trying to show you guys what consolidation would look like or what a liquidity or a trap zone would look like. And the setups have been saying, nah, nah. Okay, so you're just going to wait for some type of confirmation to the downside here. Just being very careful because this tends to be a bounce level right here, previous day high, especially previous week high. So just be careful here, take your profit along the way. And then let's just do this before I take a little tiny, teeny, tiny little break. Um, so over here, bullish. I'm liking how W1 is looking. Let's go to the 15-minute and let's just see if there's going to be kind of like, if it's going to try to give us a hard day. So again, IWM is looking good pre-market. One of the things I will say is I like to see all three moving in the same direction. Yesterday they were kind of doing their own thing. Um, But like how we have this bullish, this bearish, um, you get your stronger moves when they're all moving in the same direction at the same time. So y'all know how I like to do. If if you have your journal at this point, you can go ahead and write out until you get the PDF, your starting balance, today's date. I like to put the day, so Thursday, May 14th. And if you go to the digital version, you're gonna plug all of this in later, and it will show you where your strong days are on a monthly basis, and then also help you track your strong points. And I do believe, I'm not sure if the basic version has the screenshot capability. I'll go back and double check that. But you'll want to check off that we did our pre-market analysis. Key levels are marked. You're welcome to look at these while I take a little small break. Your buy above and below levels. And one more thing I wanted to say before I kind of hop off for a little bit. What was so important about yesterday too is there were calls that were being set up by the indicator at the sell level, and so it's like you want to take stuff that are in line with the trend. Woohoo! All right, so yeah, 6:15. I tend to take a. We're usually done by 6:15 with pre-market analysis. I'll be right back. Whew. What happened to time? Let me tell you. All right, kids. Do I have time to light a candle? Um, yeah, but I'm just kind of in the mood, but not really. Okay. Is there anything else we wanted to cover from yesterday? Let's see. The system's just made to be pretty easy. We're going to be looking for calls above here. We're having retest level. We had a attempted breakout. Let me put my glasses on. Okay. We had an attempt to the upside pre-market. And so in this zone right here, when it's in now, whew, yeah, love this stuff. Okay, so in here we're just cautious, but these are kind of like, these are the 200 moving averages right here. So those are pretty strong and they're so close together. Love that. So it's all about like trying to recognize patterns. And I'm gonna move this down just a little bit here. Oh, I think I know what it is. I did kind of spill some Red Bull on my I think that's what it is. Okay. on my laptop and it's sticky, and that's why it's having a hard time. And if I try to do anything with it right now, let's see, let me try something. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay, so here I really like how it's going to be so much easier to see a breakout on QQQ because look at how much tighter the space is in between here. Let's just bring this down. All right. So you just have to be patient and wait for a price to kind of break outside of here. This stop long, we saw this yesterday, but this is where, for example, if you were bullish, and tomorrow is OPEX, you guys. So that's where all of the contracts for long-term buyers that have bought their contracts like a month out, that's where they start to settle. So you have a little bit of rotation on, stuff like retail, like consumer confidence, all that stuff. But I mean, rotation in terms of like even the stock, right? So when you talk about small caps, what are they adding to their portfolio? What are they removing from their portfolio based on all, at that third week of the month, right? It's called OPEX, and then every third month, third Friday is quadruple. So we're kind of good. This is the first month of the second quarter. So yeah, I just like how it looks here now. It could be, let me see. So this is, let's see, 12, this is a $2 difference between here and here. And same thing, $2 difference in between here. I guess it just looks like a little bit more easy, a little easier to navigate here. And I'm gonna kind of just slow down just a little bit before pre-market too, because end of the day, I am, trying to make sure I don't get tired from talking, because you guys just get to absorb the information, whereas like I'm talking and trying to trade at the same time. But this is exciting to see because we are above this buy level here on SPY. And so, yes, we are going to probably have a slight retest right around these levels. Around these are both 200 moving averages. These are the fast and then the volume. So we might have a little slight, retest of this level before we continue to the upside. And then you just want to have caution. Let's see here. So we have some stop loss levels here. And, one of the things like yesterday was so nice. I wish I could probably go back and re-record my voice over what was happening. But it was nice to see because you got to see what liquidation kind of looked like. And this is why, like, I don't want people rushing into trading. I feel like you have to learn how each one moves. So I started trading out of all the ETFs first, SPY. So that's always going to be like my first love when it comes to ETFs. And then, you start the strategy hop and you go for something a little bit more volatile and wild. And a lot of people love the NQs, futures, and QQQ. And I noticed that these two like to work in tandem. But then I got introduced to IWM, which to me is just been so nice for where I'm at in my journey. And I feel like in terms of even contract prices, it seems to be more affordable for beginners. If you're a little bit more intermediate or advanced, then like for example, there was a setup on QQQ yesterday, and I just refused to jump in after two trades because I wasn't paying those levels, and I didn't want to give back my profit if I was wrong at that point. I just wanted to protect my mental capital and my cash capital as well. But yeah, these two tend to be a little bit pricey. You don't be messing around unless you do. But the reason I like the side-by-side comparisons, like I said too, is because when they're all moving in the same direction, like look at this, you start to learn how to spot these things, right? So like, look at how this is going green, this is going green, this is going green. Now that being said, this is below this buy above level with bearish indications, whereas this is above this level here. Now, I just want to confirm what this is. This is from previous day. It's going to reset at market open, but oh, my poor little computer. It needs a little bit of TLC. Let me see if I can find. Okay, there we go. I'm not even touching the screen right now. It's just, yeah. So this is the previous day high from the day from like today's Thursday from like Wednesday. So we might have a little bit of a take profit level here, just to be cautious. I always tend to be a little bit more cautious. Eventually, over time, like I feel like the more capital you have to risk, but you kind of have to develop the habits that are going to help you, stay long term. So yeah, and then over here, we're also above this buy above zone. These, eventually you'll learn to just kind of eyeball what this is right here. But let me see. I'm gonna go grab something from my computer because it's just struggling right now. Hold on. It's just sticky because the Red Bull's just spilled on it. Okay. Okay, kids. So let's just start preparing our mental for market open in 5 minutes. You should have already written down your beginning balance, um, date, activity, or capital. So, something like this. Gently let that dry off. Hopefully not as sticky as it was before. Okay. Let me see if this anything else. It was like some tiny little splatters. I think I already got it off. Nope. Oh yeah, this is much better. Let me see, is it dry? Okay. So we are in business. Let me. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Let's put my calendar up here. Alright, and so if you haven't already, I like to use Robinhood. Yeah, Robinhood for now. Just gonna go in, write my beginning balance on my streets. I did good yesterday, so I'm just trying to also keep in mind not to let it get to my head. Yeah, that's it. This is so simple. We're just looking for calls, confirmation to the upside. I'm expecting a little bit of a bounce off of this 200, maybe even a little bit of a breakthrough before we close the upside. Thing about previous day high too, we tend to sellers like to step in here. We saw that yesterday too, and then just start to sell off, especially with IW1. Previous day high, you can, even though this is bearish, you can see a little bit of a bounce or taking a profit here. And you can see how the previous day high at the end of the day, like find a strategy that works for you because like look at how this level lines up with previously high. All right, I'm just gonna protect my talking for a little bit. I have a water bottle with me. Oh, there was something else I wanted. Let me just check this real quick. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I can do this in the next few seconds. Yeah, I'm just gonna add that to my cart. All right, now I'm back in the game. And we try not to trade for the first 5 minutes, okay? Oh, let's open up this here too. Let's see. So pre-market, these were all smaller moves. I don't see like any. Oh, we had a 4 hour call to the upside. So we could have on IW1 potential retesting of levels up to the upside. So we can be bullish on IWM. Okay. Okay. So there we see. Mm, that gets me every time. Like I'll have my Robinhood open, and when the alert goes off, and I try to close it out, it takes me to the time, and I'm like, no, I don't want to be in time. I want to be. I'm gonna try to track something here. I want to track something. I'm gonna track. Like if we open below above call levels, I'm just gonna add that to my watch. Like 65, 285. I'm just gonna track it. So we're bouncing off a previous day high here on IWM. Let's just give it the first 5 minutes, like just to have a really strong. Um, there's strategies within strategies, right? But if we wait the 5 minutes and let price settle, let people take their profit or take flips, that's going to create a range for us to kind of trade in or out of. Wait, who is this? What is that about? Alright, back to my. Okay, so just the way the indicator works is like it's just giving you preps of what's going on for calls and puts. On the 3 minute, it's showing prep for puts, so we can take a look there. Um, so if you wanted to look at puts, the only thing is this is bullish and this is bullish as well. Um, 28 seconds. If you want to pull up puts on IWM, ooh, they're kind of pricey. I would just kind of, me personally, stay away from it. And the other thing is the open interest is like 88 and 208, 206, and usually I like to look for something like around 1,000 or more. So, and Robinhood, I'm just gonna refresh it because Robinhood be doing some little shady stuff sometimes. There we go. So 185. 50 minute is showing for puts also. 50 minute, I just keep an eye on it just because um, it tends to be a little bit volatile. We're at these 200 levels and there's a bullish zone here, so I'm just gonna wait because these are bounce levels right here. You can have buyers stepping in off of previous day high as well too. And go to the 3-minute. These are both bullish, so I'm just being careful. On the technical side, this is showing us a bearish setup. We are below the 5 below level. Another reason I'm hesitant is because there's this 200 on the both the 3 and the 15 that we would need to see some strength below. Let's just see what it does here on the 15-minute with that 200 moving average. And the other thing, like I said too, like the open interest on these is not that strong. I'm gonna stay away from it. I would like to see open interest of about 1,000 or more. And the thing with Robinhood, you kind of have to keep refreshing it. It's not like it's moving all the time. Yeah, it's on the lower side. There's very little open interest on it. So people are swiping left or right on it. Let's just be careful over here too, because these, if they're showing preps to the upside, here we go. So SPY is really good. Let's look at SPY. QQQ2, so just keep an eye on whichever one you want to trade. And this one is above the buy level here too. It's making an attempt on the upside, QQQ and SPY. So they're both, this is the prep is there for you to start to open up your contracts and start to position yourself for calls. Um, these make more sense because these are buys above buy levels, whereas you know, like I said, this you want to be careful with this 200 moving average. Eh, although IWM, I'm gonna look at IWM. Let me see. It's moving. Oh, here we go on the puts. It's moving pretty good. Let's see. In 5 seconds, I'm gonna try puts on IWM. Let's see what it says in the next few seconds here. Mm, 6:36. So the other thing too is when you wait the 5 minutes, it lets you get like kind of better fills on market orders. So for IWM, I am looking at puts. I'm aware that this could be a call area right here. I'm just going to keep a tight stop loss. And that this 200 is a potential bounce area, and because these two are bouncing, um, this is probably where it's going to bounce off of. Yesterday it was kind of doing its own thing. There it goes. Yeah, so it's kind of bouncing off of this level right here. I'm going to keep a tight stop, take profit here on IWM. These are much cleaner setups. This one right now is giving the cleanest setup right here, QQQ. This is also giving a strong setup for the upside because we're above the 5 level. Mm. These are stronger, and of course I'm in this one, but these are stronger. And part of it is because I really do prefer to just trade IWM, but these are much stronger plays right here, you guys. You might have a little bit of a take pullback here at this previously high. Paying attention to the stop loss here. Okay. And it's so funny how I do stuff. These are like the much better plays. Alright, I think I'm gonna Yeah, I'm gonna protect my capital over there. All right, so QQQ I like better because it has the second step happening there. I do this all the time. Let me see, search rate. For calls, it is a little bit on the pricier side. So let's just wait for the confirmation. Same thing with SPY as well. Just gonna patiently wait for the setup to play out. SPY is looking good here, but this one has the best setup right here on QQQ. So let's stick to QQQ. See, move over down and fire it off. So that means the conditions haven't been met for a little pullback there, which I anticipate we're gonna have retest of this level right here. Have a little bit of retest here and allow buyers to step in. We have nice confluence here on QQ and SPY. IWM is going to the downside there. Ooh, good. Thank you, Jesus. So what am I seeing here? I'm just cautious just because this is going in the opposite direction. Um, but it is building a case for downside here on IWM. We have SPY is a good one. Like if you're cautious, I like how it's breaking out right here. Influence to the upside here. We're above by above levels. We also have news at 7. So if you guys want to wait until 7, that's fine. Look at this. We're having that bounce that I was anticipating off of these levels right here. So just trade cautiously if you still held. I jumped out on this pullback just because, you know, like I said, these are both moving in the upward direction. I like to see convergence, but I just wanted to protect my losses. And I made it back on a call over here. This one is another indicator that I made that I put on here that I noticed that when it happens, it a exponential move. So that's part of what's playing. That's part of what's playing out is contributing to that. Why I felt comfortable jumping in. But if you want to wait until it tells you call entry, then it's a stronger move with the levels mark. And again, anything above level, you want to look for calls. Um, Anything like here, we're above this by above level, you want to look for calls. So there goes IWM. Let's see how it does with this. And here it's possible it can try to liquidate the people who are going long. If I had stayed longer in here, but I'm just so risk averse. But yeah, it's starting to come out. And this one will give you confirmation if we're going to the downside. On small cap. I need to decide. Ooh, I like that number. Okay. If I had stayed in my puts, I would have been up and stuck beautifully. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm gonna look. If this fires off or this one, I prefer to get into these because they're more congruent with what. And that's gonna be in the next second. See, did anything fire off? No. And that just means the conditions haven't been met yet. A little bit of a smaller candle here. So QQQ for the win with that sonic crossover, taking profit here. Might have a little bit of a pullback down to this previous day high um, before we get confirmation to the upside there. Just gonna be patient. Just a little bit of taking profit right here. These two are moving together, so you can see they're kind of moving the same. Okay, and then a little bit more of another breakout to the upside there. Oh, 4 hours showed a put. It's showing puts on IWM. Let's just wait for a little bit of more confirmation. If IWM shows up for puts, let me see. If it gives confluence for puts, let's jump in on puts. We just got the 4 hour on puts and the 15 minutes. So, but there's always like a retrace, especially with 15 minutes. There's a little bit of a retrace that happens. All right. We could get some confluence to the downside for IWM. I would say just be careful. This would be a take profit level right here on IWM. Ooh, 1 hour put also. What happens here? 1 hour also showing. If I'm honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Robinhood at all. I feel like it kind of, but you know what? I made money off that move right there. So I did get a move from here to here just because the 4 hour and the 1 hour. I'm not the biggest fan of how um, Robinhood fills its orders, even when you try to do market orders. So yeah, this is right now it's attempting to liquidate people right here. Um, People that were going long. Okay, so I got my little coins or whatever on that one. And if you haven't noticed, I am a little bit more of a scalper. I have 3 trades under my belt as of right now, and I think I should, let's see where it, you have data at 7, so I'm just gonna sit on my hands until 7 and see what happens with the data. You might have confirmation to the upside here on IWM, so for those of you who feel like you want to take a call, and it's going to show you the levels on QQQ, okay? So far QQQ has the best setup. SPY also tends to like to sneak up on you, so if you're looking for calls, you can also look, stick to one, be okay, don't try to feel like you have to hop between both. SPY is looking good though. SPY is looking really good in terms of, I like to be in this area moving up, whereas I feel like here you might have already missed the move. So let me just see what's happening with SPY. I like how SPY has been moving lately. I'm just going to look at it and see. Now all 3 of these are moving in the same direction. Here we go. So SPY just fired. I'm going to jump into SPY. And then as soon as it hits that 30%, I'm going to get out. As soon as SPY hits that 30% level, and as soon as it hits, which I think it just did, okay, take profit there. Yeah. And then, yeah, so as soon as you hit that level, um, and I'm noticing some, yeah, so they're taking profit strong here. I'll take a take the capital here. These are stop loss, so you might have a little bit of a strong reversal here. You might want to wait and see how candle closes above this area right here. These stop loss levels are for people who have hard stops and they get stopped out at candle close. But for sure, if candle closes below this, like me, just preserving my capital, I'll get out. I'm glad I did take profit, even though it wasn't the highest, strongest move, like how Robinhood fills my orders at market order level. But at the end of the day, it filled my order and I'm out, and I got a teeny tiny little move. Um, yeah, and like I said, I prefer to be on this side in the green versus like when price is further out. But for it to do the call levels or whatever, to take profit levels. So this is going, it's up, dropping again. Here it's dropping again. Let's see what data we have. We have business inventories at, it's about to invalidate here on the 5-minute. And that's why, like this one, we'll look to see if there's candle close. I don't ever feel bad for getting out like how I did over here. I got out here, even though you can look at it and see it was a pullback. You kind of have to manage your risk management. You have to manage your risk and your mental capital, right? Because you're gonna feel much better knowing that you respected your stop loss, whether it's a hard stop or getting out at a key level, versus like it breaks even lower and then you feel really crummy that it's like, oh, I was right, I should have gotten out when I needed to. So this one, I mean, it just depends on how many trades I've taken for the day, and that's the thing that kind of, at this point, I already have, I think it's a 4 trades. I don't want to risk, that drawdown and get my profit back. But you can see that this is buyers are stepping in. The phone is so valid. It's been a hard, grueling 3-5 minutes. um, but yeah. Mm. Let's see what happens over here in 16 seconds on IWM. Have a little bit of a higher high, so you just be careful there. And it's still below this fast image, still below VWAP, below here. Where you can see we're right in between these like liquidation levels. 41 seconds. Over here, buyers are stepping in aggressively off of this level. SPY, I was bragging on you on how you've been performing, and then you do this to me? So yeah, it hit this level, it just invalidated. That level is there for a reason, you guys. So it got invalidated. Usually when I see that shadowing going away, I just jump out. I protect my profit because the next one is going to be lower low. Ideally, you would have liked to open above here and continue to the upside, but if that's not what's happening, to protect your capital. Yeah, like how we opened below these super fast right here, and we're back at VWAP. I would have gotten out there. This also hit a take profit level. Anytime you see a take profit level, people are going to take their profit, and we need to learn how to do the same thing too. And at this point, it's about ego. I could be like, oh, well, if they fired, it's my indicator. So, but no, as soon as I saw it hit this level, I hit, my take profit. Robinhood fails wherever the hell it wants to fail. And you can see that, that's it. If you have runners, you're out. It just is what it is. Just protecting your mental capital. When you do journal on the premium journal, the digital journal, you're going to track your 17 traits. How did you feel? Fear of missing out, maybe anger, fear, uncertainty is fine, kind of a thing. I imagine anybody watching this for the first time, you're going to be like, well, how am I supposed to know? This is why I gave the 7-day free trial, so you can kind of understand how it moves. Ooh, look at this, look at this, look at this. So this is moving to the upside. These are strong on the upside. SPY is making a comeback. Boo, why did you do me like that? We do have data dropping in 5 minutes, 4 minutes. But if price can open here above this stop loss area on SPY, then you can look for more upside, way up. Thinking too, we had a little bit of take profit happening here on QQQ. Ooh, I like to see this. I like to see it. I like to see it. I don't think I'm done trading for today. Let me see. I just want to see what happens with the news at 7, so I'm not going to leave you guys hanging or anything. Let's just patiently wait to see what happens with 7. The clock drops for business inventories, and then we'll make a move, determination from there. I wouldn't trade calls on this. I know I said that yesterday as well too, because this is still a bearish zone and we're still below the buy above zone here. We're going to continue to look for calls above this level. And I did mention when we were over here that there's going to be a retest of the previous day high. We're going to decide if we're going to move to the upside here on QQQ. And then here, we're just in between this range. So you start to look at what's happening in between, the stop loss area. Well, basically what's happening, it's kind of messed up, but people who were in longs, these are stop loss zones. And so if the candle closes below here, it's just playing with these people's emotions, people who are trying to decide like, oh, I'm long, but if it closes below my stop loss area, I'm going to drop. And then you're really going to see a drop. And that's why it's like you just got to learn how to cut your losses and learn how to trade like institutions, right? It just is what it is. Because right now it's not giving that it's bullish, right? Look at this long wick to the downside. Sellers are stepping in. And we once we hit this level, we are pushing to the downside. So just trade responsibly. Part of trading responsibly is protecting your capital. And how do you want to feel the rest of the day? Do you want to know, like, I protected my capital, or did you hold on too long to something that was just a loss? You know? And you will learn how the indicator plays on each one, and then start to think of it in probabilities. IWM might give you set up to the downside here. Just be careful. Look at how quickly the buyer stepped in. We have 1 more minute till data drops. Let's just wait. Let's just wait and be patient. I will read off to you on the economic calendar what the data comes in at for business inventories. Look at this. Yeah, the candle 24 seconds. Yeah, so if you had tried to hold on, like you're way down, and then there's another little gap here that it just feels right now. Damn. Spy, I was rooting for you. But it happens, right? It happens. And it's all about managing your risk. Okay, so data just dropped. Let me tell you what business inventories came out at. So it came out at 0.9. So forecast is 0.7, and we came in at 0.9. Now, I'm getting the put alert while I'm looking at another screen, which lets me know we might decide to sell the data. For retail inventories for autos, we came in slightly below the forecast of 0.5. We came in at 0.4. So let's just, give it time to figure out what it wants to do. What you know, what this means for each of the ETFs. So right now, look at how they're all green. Turn your eye to look at, like, this is green, this is green, this is green. They're attempting to bounce off of this previous day high right here. Kind of anticipated that. I wouldn't touch IWM until it gets confirmation above this level right here. So this one, IWM still has, but IWM tends to be bullish. Yeah, I'll kind of go into that later. And then here, strong buys off of this level. Let's see here. Let's just give it a little bit of time to settle. I can't think of any strategy that's going to tell you to jump in right when data drops. This is not a bullish setup at all. This one is. Um, so you might get a alert to the upside on QQQ on the next candle here. We have a bullish engulfing here, so could consider calls here. I would like to see price above this level before I consider calls on SPY. But beautiful, strong, bullish engulfing candle there on SPY. Beautiful. QQQ is not doing as strong as I would like to see. And RWM is surging. And I will say this, right? Because I'm telling you what I'm seeing. Because IWM is small cap, they tend to be bullish. What I noticed on data days, they're going to come down and buy these levels. And then this is what you're seeing. They did it yesterday too, right? So it's not that something is wrong with the data. It's just they're always going to be bullish. So they're going to buy out everyone at these low levels who have fair, and then just take it to the top. That's the best way I can explain it. That's how IWM moves. Point blank period. Point blank period. Poo. A little bit of take profits at this level right here. And that's me on the 3 minute. It looks better on the 3 minute here. Sometimes the 5 minute can tell you a less stressful story. Oh yeah, so here you can see that the puts we hit up to 100% on the 5 minute or 50%, right? Got one more minute. We got a bullish engulfing here. This is looking a little bearish. I'm not the biggest fan. I do expect a little bit of consolidation around this area, especially because of previous day high. So we're trying to build off of this previous week high. Just gotta give it time for it to play out. Ooh, let's go IWM. Let's go. Trying to decide what to do here with this level. Beautiful. Got an engulfing right here. And then IWM is telling you to prepare for calls. We didn't validate that bearish zone. Um, Beautiful. I did track where price was. Let me see. For calls, oh yeah, they're at 41 at the one market. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. I want to keep it. I want to keep that market level on. Might have just expect a little bit of pullback here on IWM. Are we gonna risk it for the biscuits? Mm. Ooh, look at while I was sleeping, SPY is starting to recover. Uh, SPY is starting to recover here. You might have a little bit. Okay, I like to see that. That's good. You might want to consider re-entry here. Just managing your risk. Don't chase if you're not comfortable with it. A little bit of rejection here off of these stop loss areas, but you might get a, I would say up to 100% move here, or up to this 100% level, right? This is where you notice they take profit at this level, and this level. Regardless of how much your contract is worth, take profit at those levels. They're there for a reason. It hits time after time after time. So let's just see what's happening here. Yep, there's to take a little bit of pullback, retesting this zone on IWM over here. This one, if you're bullish, this is anticipated. Same thing too, previously high. They have to retest the level. So they came up, they retested, and now they're attempting for the upside again. But this one has the breakout, which is kind of like step B for me. So I like to see that. And I would like to see price open above here on QQQ. Hungry. Hungry hippo. Yeah, so you can see this, this is, that's why I was saying I would like to see price break above these stop loss levels. So, mm, just gotta be patient here. We're 7 minutes out from one data drop. And so institutions are just looking for, I guess, like buy-in levels. This here is looking for like the 50% of this candle. It's called something encroachment. I'm gonna get this word right. For those of you, if I did record yesterday on the live, I'm not sure if I put consequent encroachment. So QQQ is still bullish. We're still in the zone. It might get invalidated. You can see how far down we came down below this buy above level here. We might have the same thing happen with QQQ, and you can see the candles are all, this is what I wanted to see, right? They're all moving in the same direction at the same time. That being said, this is closer to the buy above level. This one is above the buy above level, and this one is way above the buy above level. Okay. I'm gonna put my ending balance on my spreadsheet. Okay, so interesting. Not that much of a nice strong wick here, and here you see these two are the same. Smaller wick here, but this one is still the strongest, right? Buyers stepping in off of this level. Buyers attempting to get in above this level, but these are so close. Candle opened above previous day high. I'm still within this red candle. So this is not good here. I wouldn't have liked to see this. Right, opened right below VWAP in the fast. On this one, I don't like that. But it's gonna fight in between this level right here. I don't like it. I don't like when it's below VWAP of all of them. Don't like that. This one opened above VWAP. So let's just see what it does with this space right here. We did have buyers step in here off of VWAP, and we're still above the fasting is here. A little bit of rejection, selling off here. And they're all moving the same. Mm-hmm. 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 So a lot of like when you watch stuff on YouTube or like Instagram, what is it doing at this key level? So we might have a little bit of consolidation around these levels. This one's really struggling. I'm a little bit disappointed here. This is really struggling. Once it opened below that VWAP, we have buyers stepping in off of this fasting lane, trying to push the upside. But this is the thing. One thing about IWM, there's always like some institutions that are coming in to sell off that previous day high, and they've been waiting. They've been waiting for that level, honey. Let me tell you. That I can tell you, IWM, like when you think about it in terms of teams, yeah. Um, they've been waiting for this level. And I don't know that there's enough players on that team to really take advantage of the move if they wanted to. Um, this would be a retest of this level for them because, oop, there we go on SPY. We're looking for two calls. SPY is looking good. Just above this stop loss level. So there's a candle close, but this is going to give you a nice strong move to the upside from here. I like it. I like it. I like how it engulfed this candle as well too. We have a breakout and the crossovers for support there. This one, I would like to see it move up just a little bit more here. It's struggling with this stop loss area right here. When you do it, struggling along this line here. More so to the previous day high. Let's say, so 42, you can look for another call out on calls to the upside here on SPY. See what's happening with SPY. Oh. But open interest is there. And these are all bullish, which is good as well. So a little bit of influence. Next 10 seconds, I prepare for calls on this one. Stronger entry than over here. Okay. All right. Yeah, if we opened, I would have taken calls right here. Yep. Okay. And if you have multiple contracts, prepare to take profit again here because you could have sellers stuff in here. So you can hold. I would anticipate you're going to get a 100% move on this one, or up to this 100% level over here. I'm done trading for today. But what time is it? 7:15. Feels like it's been a long time, but data just dropped 15 minutes ago. We just gotta be prepared for the post data drop. We have a nice build here off of previous day high. We had retest a couple of times, so this could be another good breakout here. IW, I'm struggling with this. Like I said, I already know you have retailers that only come in when it's previous day high and they like to drive it down. So that's that fight you see happening right there. They're fighting for their life. And they're like, just let us get our shorts and you can go back about your bullish ways. But yeah, that's that fight you see right there. It's not so much this level, it's this previous day high. They love to step in here and sell. Now if this was down here, oh yeah, get your bag. Um, I just don't like that the twins are not twinning right now. It's trying to, which you can see it's trying to copy what these two are doing. You know, small cap tech. But yeah, here, if you're in this call, start scaling down, start taking your profit. Might have a little bit of a premium boost that when we get to this level right here. Yep. See, yeah, and it does that. We talked about this yesterday too. So there we go. Now you gotta push up to that level. Take profit if you haven't already. Okay. And then next push is going to be here at this 50% level on SPY. This one, QQQ, you're going to wait for a push up to this take profit level. Okay. These two are on your side. Oh. Nice buy off levels here, but you also have sellers stepping in. Yep, this matches what I would expect it to look like. Look at how it's right in this tiny little level right here. So there you go. Let's see if it's going to push just a little bit more. You can hold a little bit longer. When it comes to the 50%, it's going to kind of brush right through it. I mean, you should get a strong push right through here. No? SPY, you gonna make a liar out of me? She's just holding that. There you go. So let me move this so you guys can see it. So I would start taking profit right there. Take profit, take profit, take profit. Boom. All right, gonna have a little bit of a pullback before we get to that 100% level. That just is what it is. Period. Okay. Candle closes in the next 49 seconds. So you're gonna have a little bit of pullback here. We're already 2 candles up, so you just gotta anticipate. And I would just be careful like for how this is dumping right here. If you're in QQQ, definitely take profit here, especially since this is already starting to exhaust. Got 21 seconds on the clock. So be prepared to take profit at the top of the hour, top of the 14 seconds, and then have a little bit of pullback, 2 candles up, one down, and then retest for levels. IWM is dumping. It failed. The PD, these people, they're getting their way. They're like, just let us sell, bro. Ooh, there we go. QQQ, QQ. What am I doing now? So here, make sure to take profit when it hits. Let me get it down here for you guys. Come on, be nice. It's gonna just lacking a little bit. SPY is hitting that 100% level. Absolutely take profit here. Let's see if I can pull this down. It's not letting me. Like, we're gonna embarrass you. Yeah, so take profit if you haven't already here. Gonna have a little bit of a pullback. So if you're scaling, you would have taken your profit there. And then you can wait to see what it does in terms of the 50% and 100% level. Yeah, definitely take your profit here on. Let me just for. I'm recording for Instagram now. So, showing that level. And also, I want to show, let's show SPY on Instagram as well. Boom, baby. There we go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to show, oh, this is supposed to be QQQ Don't be mad at me. I was just trying to show the level of that. Maybe so anything we're going to do. Oh my goodness, you know what you guys do? I got me. I hope I do not get copyright stuff. I'm trying to post the videos to my. ah, I'm trying to post the stuff to my Instagram. Uh, and I'm hungry. Okay, let's post these reels. Which I kind of act a little funny when I'm hungry. Just saying. Mm, mm. This happens all the time. Um, and this is something that, part of the reason I wanted to talk about the whole range of things because you have to pay attention to like making sure like I'm gonna exercise and take an energy drink, but the mental part of it and being hungry, you want to make sure those things are managing and not playing a role in how you trade as well too. Because that's why I was laughing. I do notice like if I'm already done trading, I'm already exhausted, like my mental capital, I've already done trading for the day, but I'm still trying to make some high um, multiple decisions and a lot going on. And then I'm hungry, it's like I just move a little bit different, right? So it's like exactly 1 hour out, market open. So you want to make sure you have your water or like your oatmeal or your protein snacks and really protect your mental capacity as well to your physiological, what's happening. So here, if you have like runners in the next couple of minutes, trying to decide like you either got stopped out hard with these stop loss levels, or some people depending on when they get in, they're gonna try to. I wouldn't recommend it, especially like for how it's moving. I mean, if you get stopped out, you get stopped out, but um, you could wait for candle close to see if it opens above here, and then you continue to the upside. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like all three of the girls are moving to the downside. This one failed. So here I told you, IWM when that previous they won. This is they just be lurking and they're like, let us get our sell, let us get our little percentage, and then you can go back and do what you're gonna do. So yeah, that previous day high, sellers step in all day, every day, every day, every day, and they're gonna get their 1-to-1, and they're gonna push for that 1-to-1. Might end up liquidating longs down here and get a little bit more of a more return. But yeah, that's the picture of what's happening with, and I've learned that that's how IWM moves. Point blank, period. Okay. So let me see. I'm trying to, guys. I'm trying to. They have like they're always making fun of like Gen X and millennials. I'm a Xennial, and how we post like different font styles. I don't give a. I'm gonna post the font style that just pops up and just go with it at this stage, right? At some point that might change. So let's try this again. TP's hit. Mm, mm, mm. And I do want. Oh, that's so cute. I know one day I'm gonna be so much better at the posting part. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Ooh, that's so cute. Okay, we're going with this. Can you guys see it? Let's do this. And then let's add some music. What's trending? What are y'all listening to? A song from Mama. Oh yeah, because we have Mother's Day. So all of those are still in the pipeline. Oh, I guess Mary J. Blige is on. Okay, let's do Mary J. Blige. Number 10. Okay, let's do that. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. You are my everything. Okay. Oh no, did I think I lost somebody? Let me go check what's happening with my Discord. Oh, it says I was disconnected. Got reconnected back on there. Yeah. All right, we're back live on Discord. Glad I paid attention to that. So there's that. And then I'm also going to post the other reel. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, see, so if you have price still opens above this VWAP here and kind of in this take profit zone, it's attempting to break to the upside. SPY, it's already hitting 100% over here. Um, it's trying to decide if they want to go for that 300 level. Oh, come on, SPY. There you go. Work with your girl. Work with your girl. Okay. You wanna. All right, and then let me post the second video. Mm-mm-mm. So we already did that one. Let's do this one. And let's go. Mm-hmm. On the YouTube. Mm-hmm. time because I'm gonna post this and then y'all are gonna be like, oh, you're not on anymore. Yeah, because we only trade for 2 hours. Ooh, that's so cute. Not that these are necessarily my favorite colors, but it's hitting. And then let me do, let's see what's trending. ¿Cómo te pago? That has to do with pay, right? How do I pay you? Oh, how do I pay you? But not, yeah, yeah, no, we don't want that. Wait, let's hear, can you hear what it sounds like? Ah, it's cute, but no. Mm, yeah, Mother's Day cards are heavy, 31 in. Okay, well, this is maybe not the time to do. Oh, royalty free. What's that about? No. To the end? Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. You guys like the shorter day rater? Day trader. You guys like the shorter reels. Like even though I did the 5 minute ones explaining, ooh, look at QQQ come through. Come through, boo! See what you do. So give these people their money. I notice I'm usually done trading by 7, but ooh, let's go. Yes. Yes. I feel like it's gonna try to go a little bit higher because like once it hits this level, yeah. There you go. So that's a take profit level. Take profit, take profit, take profits. All right. And then if you have runners, you can try to see if they're gonna give you that 1-to-1. We have SPY going second attempt for 100% move from when the breakout happened. And IWM is just doing something. This is another reason why I feel like I started to do better. Uh, when you have all three, because if you try to just trade one, so why is this person showing up on all of my stuff? It's so annoying, y'all. That's just creepy. I'm just creeped out. And like, I swear I've already blocked this person. Ah, creepy. Okay, so, ooh, yes. Take profit here. You're gonna have a little bit of pullback. Ooh, gonna have a little bit of a pullback. Retest into this level and then up to 200% here. I need to save some capital next time for like after a 7 o'clock um, trade, which I got in here and got stopped out. But this was at 6:45. So if your girl had just waited for after the data move, I could have captured this move with you guys. But yeah, these are clean. You are gonna have a pullback here, so don't get too greedy. Might be a little bit of a back of a snap, but yeah, it's gonna try to go for this 200% move right here. Beautiful, beautiful. QQQ going for that 100%. You are gonna have a pullback. It just is what it is. You're gonna have a pullback, and then continue to the upside, trying to go for that 100% level there. They're tired. It's been an hour. They're trying to call it a day, and they're just trying to get their profit and go to home to their wife, their kids, and call it a day, right? So that's what's happening over there. Um, IWM is always going to end up bullish. It just is what it is for the most part, right? So they failed this level. Um, that's thanks to these previous day high shorters. They got their little profit or whatever, and they got what they needed. So now we can continue back up to the upside here on IWM. This they do this all the time, every day. You are my everything. Alright, so we're watching this play out. Let me record this because they're not gonna believe us, y'all. They're not gonna believe us on Instagram. Hey, hey, hey! Come join us live right now. I'm trading on YouTube live. So far, they've been free. It is, the paid subscriptions. At some point, I will, activate that. But why not just join us on YouTube and catch these plays? This is post data on Thursday. Beautiful plays to the upside. Just get a little bit of pullback. Talk you guys through it. And I also talked you through plays on IWM earlier in the day. I'm done trading for the day, but this is post data drop. It's about an hour into market open, and I'm here for about 2 hours. Don't miss out on these plays, y'all. Especially yesterday was really juicy. All right, talk to you later. Bye. I wasn't trying to delete it. This is what I want. This is what I want. Oh, this is cute. Girl, I'm a kid. I'm a kid. I got it. My gosh, this is so cute. Ooh, this is cute. I'm a child. I'm gonna be a child today, y'all. When it's time to be serious, I'll be serious. But not today. Not today. Ooh, this is cute. Okay. You guys are I'm just letting the indicator do what it does. It's babysitting while I'm over here goofing off. You already know what to do. You're just gonna hold it until it hit that level. Take profit at this level. Same thing over here. Yeah, I'm just making a note to myself. In between over trading. I'm so incredibly creeped out. Like, I think my problem is that, like, I could swear I blocked this person and they are still now showing up. Like, I'm so incredibly creeped out. I don't even want to try to touch the thing to get them off my screen. And this is my professional account. Like, I'm just creeped out. So 200% on SPY. I'm really, really creeped out. Okay. You are my everything. I got that song in my head. So we just hit, let me just go back to camera. All right, just showing you real quick. So QQQ hit 100% level from the breakout move, and then SPY hits, it hit 200%, and it's going for 300. We're gonna have a little bit of a pullback. You can see what it is. We've been staying nice above these fast CMAs. But this is all after the data drop for business inventories at 7:46. And this is the thing, it's free, y'all. Just come and join us on YouTube if you like to hear people talk through, like the levels and the rationale behind the trades and how they're executing it. I'm here. I'm here. And if you see the value and you want to join our community, I am here. I'm here trading for my own self anyway. So why not make it a thing? All right, I'm done trading for today, but I will see you guys tomorrow, same time. Bye. Okay, let's be a little bit more mature on this one. What's a responsible color? We're going with blue. Purple, purple. I like purple. All right. So, and essentially, here's what would happen, right? Um, I don't want to delete it. Put it down over here. Um, what was I gonna say? Mm-hmm. I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, I'm gonna. Tomorrow is OPEX, so if you've already made profit for the week, um, oh, I could charge my phone for the last 10 minutes before I go. If you've already made profit for the week, then you're just. Oh, and I need to update my calendar, my week, my monthly calendar. Um, just prepare to trade conservatively tomorrow because we are not giving back this hard-earned profit, and we are not chasing tomorrow. Just put that in your mind. I already put that on my monthly. Transferred on my journal. Ooh! Oh, look at QQQ. Go, baby, go, baby, go. And if you look, you can see that we bounced off of this level right here. Um, we had a retest, which you have to have a retest, and then we're going to the upside. So, and IWM will follow. There's lots of big money like behind small cap, but once you understand like where those players come in and how they operate, um, once we came at this previous day high, the shorters stepped in and they're like, give us our money. And they're like, okay, we give you a small win, but we really are bullish. That's really what the story is behind IWM. You're going to see that over and over and over again. That previous day high on IWM, they're going to want to get uh, their shorts at that level. So now that we're above here, you're going to have a little bit of a uh, break, retest, and then start to hit those take profit levels later in the day. And then QQQ is just running up. This is why people love QQQ because when it runs, it runs. SPY is beautiful too. Look at this 200 going for 300 just out front. And this is from data from the business inventories. So, beautiful way to end the week. And then as we're heading into OPEX tomorrow, I'm going to sign off. Well, and so I'm going to sign off of the vocal, but I'm going to leave the screens playing for you guys. And do not overtrade. Don't keep chasing setups. Um, you know, part of the reason we trade is we want that freedom that comes with it. A little bit of sell-off happening here. Again, if you kind of know how to look at all three, they're kind of reacting with IWM hitting that previous day high again, and they're not going to get another opportunity at sales at this point. They already had like two earlier, but it's just that little pullback that comes in here. Even though because you're kind of wondering like how come they're reacting. Also, this like how we broke through here, you have to have a little bit of a retest. Also, usually you have two up, two down. Ooh, we have strength buyers coming in strong again here. You look at the volume. Ooh, and that's in support of IWM finally making its debut above this buy. Above. It's not a debut, I guess, because it's not the first time, but they're starting to make their breakout. So we have some people taking their profit here. Um, we usually tend to have two up, two down. So we're overdue for a pullback. And they'll probably just come in and settle in around here. Love to see this. We have some confluence to the upside. We have a breakout here. I got my reminder on Robinhood saying, hey, you've met your time limit for the day. It's about to end in 5 minutes. And I'm saying, hey, that's okay. I've put everything on my paper that I need to so that I don't have to keep logging back in here and be tempted to overtrade. And it's just at that 1 hour mark of mm, mm. Okay, let me just make sure it's your calendar. Oh, no wonder they've been making. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Trump is in China, if I'm not mistaken. Well, he's supposed to be there for Friday, so today's obviously Thursday. Duh. But but he's in Beijing. Hmm. That's gonna definitely play a role in how things play out moving forward. Okay, so let me explain what I'm seeing over here. I was expecting a little bit of take profit, but you can see where buyers are buyers are stepping in off of this 100 level, and it still can be bullish here. Um, IW1 making its break to the upside. Um, I would say just, the goal is for it to hit here, but just be careful. If you're already in profit, take your profit. Things are kind of flattening out here on the VWAP. Um, and then you're going to see the setup, and then when the setup happens, you're going to see the levels of take profit levels. So just keep that in mind. We're starting to have a little bit of smaller candles here, but they're going to try to hit this level right here. We have a little bit of smaller candles. Volume is dying. We're going into the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Trying to do several things at the same time. Excuse me. Mm, mm, mm. That's done. Mm. Just gotten off these now. Oh, what song was that? My everything. I want to get copyright strike. One thing I know about that. I'm just trying to. Did I get that? No, I did. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna hop off in the next 2 minutes. Or actually, now I'm gonna close out my mic now. I'm gonna leave this for you guys so that you have. Oh, let's see. Still have the visuals. But really, ideally, like once you get your one and done, the setup for the day, you should not be over trading. Okay. So I'm just gonna tighten this up so that you guys have a little bit more room to see it hit that take profit level. Hold on. Why? Up here. A little bit of a sell-off here on QQQ. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Hasta luego.